Okay, we're back at the First Break Cafe, Sterling, Virginia. We're winding down here. This is the finals of the losers bracket. This is a race to 7. The loser of this particular match is going to be third place. The winner is going to play in the finals against Brian Bryant of Lynchburg, Virginia, and won race to 11 for the Bob Stocks Memorial 9-ball title of 2019. This is the Action Pool Tour, the Voice of the Action Tour. George Hammerbacher on the mic. And Scott Haas had a hiccup in his last match versus Brian Bryant, and now he has a chance to redeem himself. It looks like he's made a ball on the break, but that one ball has been landing on a hanky where he's been breaking the ball in that upper right-hand corner on your screen on that rail with real consistency. He'll probably elect to play safe here of some sort. Curtis Branker back on the mic, and maybe Scott can play that scary speed that he's capable of playing at least one more time here.
And we all know what Kevin's capable of.
Yes, I've known Kevin for 20-some years.
Same here. Takes a lot of pride in his game. Fantastic work ethic.
Hey, he has a lot of pride in his life.
Yes.
Kevin is full of character and just a overall hard-working man.
I choose my friends wisely, George.
Yeah.
Now, why wouldn't you one rail kick this the other way? Well, you haven't. I mean, you can spot.
He doesn't want to break up to 5-9.
So this is a nice jump shot here for me.
From the cushion.
Well, you're hitting the top of the ball anyway, and the 7 makes it. That bound is the 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the jump shot personally, but I can jump fairly well, so that's probably why I would say that.
He doesn't want to do it though. His heart's not in it, I don't think.
Well, if he's being that tight now, he didn't really line it up, to be honest. He just jumped the ball to clear it, in my opinion.
He left Kevin a very, very attractive looking scoring layout here.
And he's a scary front runner. I mean, you don't want to really give him any kind of opportunity to build up a lead on you.
I've played him like 5 times in tournaments, and I've got 2 wins over him, and both times I got way out ahead of him, like 5-1, 5-0. He gets ahead. He's got very, very good speed control. He's pretty.
He has a finesse game.
He's stylish.
Yes.
But he has a good break.
Mm-hmm. Which has changed over the years. I remember the last Bob Stocks was when I shared the booth with you when he was playing James Blackburn. We talked about that. He took a little something off his break over the years, because I remember he would absolutely pulverize the rack. He doesn't do that anymore, which allows, as you know, for a lot more control. Interesting.
He's going to might try to spin this into the 7 and hit the 9 to hold.
Or play it safe and put the cue behind the 9.
That's he might have to play the 5 ball safe.
Yeah, that's what I meant. No, I meant put the cue ball behind the 9 and bank the 5 up table. So you can't make up his mind. You spin this in, you turn that cue ball loose. I like the safety option better. You can hit a lot more of the ball. Overcut.
SRO there, like standing room only. Maybe not a total sellout, but you see these shots here, Curtis, are a lesson in themselves. Learn how to play balls out of pockets.
I've seen so many players over the years, and myself 20 years ago when I was just starting out, playing this incorrectly and having the cue ball stay right there because he ended up hitting way too much of the ball, and he hit it very well.
Very adroitly. He's going to have around a 20, 30 degree angle on the 6. Ideal position. He's all he's got to do is stay down and make the ball. But you see, these balls in the pockets are actually sometimes not as easy as they look.
When it's off to one side like the 7 is, to me that's harder.
That was a beautiful hit there.
Pure.
Now I just draw it over a little bit. Just gotta take care of business here. Scott Haas takes a 1-0 lead. Oh, right. Beautiful. And this sets to 7. Winner of this is guaranteed runner-up, and loser is 3rd place. And good field of 32 players showed up. Steve Fleming and Chris Bruner finished 5th, 6th in this event.
I see Brandon Schuff down there. Did he play this weekend?
Brandon was eliminated last night by Scott Roberts. After losing to Kevin West earlier. Oh, this looks like if he has a chance. May not have that ball on the side. It's hard to say. He may. Oh,
well,
he gets scorched by the 4 ball. Well, come off it rail first is get distance anyway. He's got to play their shot rail first. That's what he's looking at. Lots of left-hand ball here. About 9 o'clock English, I'd say, 10 o'clock, and I was in have to mass it. It's even more than I thought.
didn't really hurt himself, but
I don't know. You see, if Scott comes,
it's bankable, sure, but it's,
coming off Scott based on how he played the last set,
he'll play himself, yeah.
is going to try to come off maybe the right side of the ball and go down near the 7. Sell it out.
I would have thought that you hit more of the 2 ball and bank it to go somewhere behind the 4,
Yeah.
but
It was his shot, it wasn't theirs. Let's see if Scott can rise to the occasion and make Kevin come from off the pace.
that's how you keep your foot on somebody's throat,
He's got an easy one-rail kick.
Right, but you miss a make of a ball. My point is, you miss a make of a ball, and you come back to the table to play out of a safety.
And a sellout. Well, you see, that's you got, like I told my students, make every inning count when you're at the table. Every shot has such value, especially when you're playing open added money company like this. You might not get another shot. Oh man.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
No.
So now Kevin has to come in and punish him for that. Look at this. A little bit of adrenaline in that shot, George.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to hit a runner.
Seeing some mental lapses here by Kevin. Not sure what's going on. What's the over-analysis here? I don't get it.
I don't either.
I mean, you cut this ball with low outside and you're home free. Just stroke it well. I mean, easier said than done, but please don't tell me he's going to try to play safe here. That just seems counterproductive,
But he is.
Playing safe for safety's sake. And look at this. I would never have predicted he would make such a huge error. I put the U in unforced, didn't it? I don't get that choice at all.
It not only unforced, but unacceptable.
Yes.
the guy that's missing balls, and you don't, and then you play like you're scared.
Left enough of an angle to get around to come back down for the 5. It's a 3-row sharp shot. Very well struck.
Great shot.
He has enough where he can punch it, come up for the 6.
Look at natural angle.
Well, aside from shooting over the 9 slightly, I don't really see.
Oh, he'll have to elevate it slightly anyway, based on the type of shot.
Right. Well,
Come on, Scott. Jesus.
who's Scott?
This Scott.
Oh, that's Scott.
How many shots you want?
And when you said come on Scott right after Kevin missed, I missed the link there, sorry.
Yeah, well,
Are we going high inside, or are we just going to hit it low and come across just above the side pocket?
he's going to drag it in and bring the cue ball back right to
It
the
seems
side.
like he's overthinking everything, George. I don't...
He's grinding.
Yeah. Maybe that's his way of keeping himself in it. Or it could be that he's enjoying the music he's listening to right now, because he has his earbuds in. Yeah. I saw him singing just now, and he wasn't singing in tune with what's playing in the jukebox, so...
No. It's going to the short side.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
I didn't see it as viable.
I'm having a heart attack here in the bleachers.
And
God damn.
I don't think anyone on planet Earth saw that mess. Scott concedes,
That's
and
just,
as an old guy in my old neighborhood used to say, he should be shot in the dark without seeing light for missing a 9 ball like that. So we are tied at 1 apiece with 2 very painful racks.
jeez.
Far more innings than we would have expected from either of these players. And I see Shauna Lewis is in the house.
She's
And the left on the
proprietor
sights,
of the
and-
Breaker Sky Lounge. It's
Yes, she
going to be an
is.
action pulled to her site in September.
She's been coming up to Booze and Keys in Glen Burnie and playing in the Friday night tournaments, and she's been terrorizing people, cashing. She cashed both times that she played. She's always been a strong shooter.
Nice person too.
Yes,
Treated us like gold every time we've been there. Her and her staff have been as good as it gets.
Fantastic for the game. Well, I must say these first 2 racks left a lot to be desired, George.
If Kevin's sugar might be down, or Scott is just out of brain cells.
Well, both are real possibilities. Let's just say Scott is a little eccentric. He'd be the first to admit that.
This is just getting,
It's a clinic on poor safety play.
yeah, a poor play, period.
Yeah. It looks like my phone just died. It's probably a good thing. Kevin needs to clear this table here to get his head back into this.
Might go up top. I don't know. That's a good shot. Come on, Jesus whiz, how many shots do you want, Scott?
And these guys are racing to the bottom here. I'm not sure what's going on, but they both certainly seems to have caught something.
5 miles from this ball. Well, things are being restored to normalcy. Short side, look at this. This.
Well, why make it easy when it can be hard? I mean, I don't know what else to say. He did not play proper shape on the 7 to begin with, which left him in this predicament.
Turn it loose, it'll cook your goose. This ball's cuttable.
I agree. I would relish this shot if I were playing one pocket. And look at the cue ball. I couldn't wait to scratch behind it.
I can't stand it.
I actually can. It's become entertaining now.
Well, the cost of the ticket is too high for my entertainment.
Well, they're both playing a game of giveaway, so.
I think I'm just going to go watch the Masters. It's the 18th hole anyway, so.
Well, it's right in front of you.
Yeah, but not number 4. I got to look down there on the screen, way down on the far side of the pool room. Very nice, huh? How to just give it away. Because they know it's me. They know it's me.
You're going to win matches with that break.
Yeah, they know it's me.
If Kevin doesn't get out here, he may take a running start and jump out the window. And we are on the second floor.
They know it's me. I got stake in this, and they know it's me.
Well, I guess you'll be canceling your Caribbean cruise with all the money you're losing today. Losing $20-40. That cuts into your vacation budget, doesn't it?
Well, let's just say this. when you're supposed to win, you're supposed to win, because most times when you lose, you have no chance of ever winning. So that's my theory. You know, when your guys go 2 and out on you and stuff like that, where you're never even in it. Here, they're going to hand me the money back that I invested in this in the first place. It's like the show dough paying $210 or $220 at the track or something, you know, like. I hear Led Zeppelin singing it now. How many more times?
Good song. That mess just gave me chest pains. If you look closely, I've said this before, but if you look closely at Kevin, you can actually see the steam coming out of his ears. He knows. Nobody knows more than him, trust me. That was clever. But this match is becoming a viewer's nightmare. All those people who say that Pro Pool is boring to watch because they never miss, they should watch this match. I know we're being overly critical, but some of these misses were uncharacteristic and far too frequent for these two players. Especially when you consider it's not the first match of the tournament they were playing and they've been here all weekend.
They don't know the speed yet, they'll never know it.
It's absolutely atrocious shot. What's your take on wearing earphones while you're playing, George? Are you for or against?
Against.
Yeah, me too.
The reason I'm against it is unfair advantage. Even though both sides can do it. He's already plotting his trip back to Pennsylvania. He's through. Maybe I spoke too soon, but this is a shot I watch him practice, and he just blisters this ball in and draws it off and gets to the 9 in the lower left corner on the screen, like clockwork.
I see what you mean.
Nice shot.
And this is the pocket where he just missed two fairly easy shots. So he's...
Well, Scott wore out the other pocket.
There we go.
3 games to 1. Yes. I need an air sickness bag. I need a special bag. In fact, after the admission is complete, send it down to Atlanta to have it examined. Make sure.
Oh, the CDC?
The CDC. There aren't any toxins that can be used for chemical warfare in that offering.
Did Tiger Woods win the Masters?
He did.
How long has it been? 10 years?
Something like that.
Well, I'm glad because he really needs the money.
Well, he won another major, you know, and that's...
All right, Kevin, let's turn it up. dare I put the commentator's curse on them and say I don't see any real complications? I mean, the 3 of the 4 are now, well, looking at a 1-rail, 2-rail bounce out, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't see any real complications with this rack, but yeah, 2-rail bounce out, you should be fine. Let's get some legs. I'm not a golf fan, but I just saw on the television where they said he's a second all-time as far as major titles. Who's number 1, Nicklaus or Palmer?
Jack
Nicklaus, right. Well, I get points for knowing their names at least.
Jack Nicklaus has won 18 and now Tiger's won 15. But, you see, it used to be, too, that other major titles included the U.S. Amateur that he's won, but so did Nicklaus. But these are professional majors. This is turning ugly for us, for Uncle George.
Kevin takes a commanding 4-1 lead. Scott is getting a little bit colder.
Yeah. He's just going to go through the motions, take third money, and get on the road.
What do you think Tiger Woods' kids gets him for his birthday and Christmas? Here, Dad, here's a pair of socks. I mean, what's going on there?
What he could get from him, I might not be allowed to say on this broadcast, which is probably what he wants.
I was just trying to bait you.
Yeah. He's got he's changed his way of life, I think, but I'm not sure. Kevin sliced those balls, and the 8 rolls right up on top of the 1. Just
Well, you can't argue with that. That's about as good as you can hit it.
Yeah, and he's 9 feet away from the 3 ball, and he's straight in.
Let's see some magic here. Remember that old shot where you would jack up a little bit and have the cue ball bounce off the top rail and roll down?
Sure. You know who was good at that shot? Max was good at that shot.
Max Schlotthauer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Spin it to win it. There we go.
Wow.
That's going to skip. Yeah, well.
Now we're seeing a little bit more of the Scott Haas we know.
Got to make straight in balls, though, Scott.
Yeah. You're not giving him a break, are you?
No.
I like that.
Employers never give me a break for my money.
Right.
It's like a Charles Dickens novel, you know, that novel Charles Dickens wrote a long time ago. Remember that one? Great Expectations?
Yeah. With Pip, I think it was.
Pip. Yeah, it was a Pip, all right. Miss Kiwi.
That's where I first encountered the word vittles.
Vittles. Well, you were just over there eviscerating some of those vessels.
No, vittles.
Vittles. Yeah.
I was.
Eviscerating the victuals. Grind and let my stomach bind. Straight in.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Just such a battle.
I think you and I are about to engage in the soft bigotry of low expectations.
No. He's got excretia on the seashore. In other words, you know, where those seagulls do all those,
They leave those free samples?
a lot of free samples of seagulls on the seashore. Might hop. Is this going inside?
No. But it's by no means easy.
No.
And especially when you consider how choppy and inconsistent his game has been so far for this set. This is this shot is just about a 50-50. He's not comfortable. He doesn't look relaxed. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We have the makings of a match of some sort.
Maybe.
4-2, Kevin.
Come on, Scott. Now break a run one time for the kid who never got a break.
So the poker crowd is here, building. I need to learn that game, George. A couple of people told me I'd be good at it. So I'll be able to read people well.
Yeah. They have lots of people that are giving lessons and seminars and
So the first shot is no picnic, but at least he has a first shot.
This Hold'em, you know, that's come into play in the last 15 years or so. This Texas Hold'em is just such, you know, if you're going to play in tournaments, cash games, you have different strategies and.
Wow. That's bittersweet.
Hey.
At least he's still shooting.
He could be like one of the fabulous furry freak brothers. You know, there was one called Freewheelin' Franklin. You know, who just was a freewheeler. I don't think he's going to do that. Oh, a kiss is but a kiss. Come on, Scott.
Must have said that about 18 times now.
Come on, pretty baby. Come on, shake it like a crazy.
Gee, do you think he'll play safe here? Put him on top of the 8?
Could be. Not and put him on top of the 8. That's hideous. And
Considering it was laying naturally.
yeah, it was hideous. It was gargoyle-esque.
Wow.
I was at the cathedral in Notre Dame and saw that shot on the.
I always wondered why they had gargoyles on cathedrals, but that's a story for another time, I think.
To chase away the devils.
They look like the devil's pet birds. I wouldn't even know why you would.
Yeah.
I've been to that cathedral several times, actually.
I've never been to Europe. I've been to Asia and all, but
yeah, I was fortunate to go to Paris a few times. My sister used to live in a suburb 30 minutes out by train, so.
Tell you where I've been lately. I've been to Glen Burnie lately.
That is a sprawling metropolis there.
Yeah. I've been to Glen Burnie.
Oh, well, you know,
I work.
they call it Dirty Dina.
Yeah.
So if Kevin wins this and manages to take Brian Bryant down in the finals, it'll be his second Bob Stocks in 3 years.
Yep.
Having his last year's be interrupted by James Aramith, who I hear can shoot a little bit.
He plays so good it's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Trouble is that James Aramith is on my bad side forever. Him and Orcolio both are on my bad side forever.
I want to hear this. Scott is now behind by 4-3.
And
please share.
Last year at this time, we had a much more potent field. Anyway, with those two and some others, Wilkie and some others, and so it turned out that it was Aramith and Orcolio in the finals, and they wanted to split the money and not play, and Ray, our tournament director at the time, told them to play, and they slapped the balls around. Oh, right. All go in.
Wow. Oh.
Anyway, they were slapping the balls around and not even trying. And in other words, they were sulking because they had to play.
Right.
And that, in other words, they didn't respect the event or anything, or this tour. So I would have no more place for him. If I was owner, I would have barred him. I would never even let him come back and play here. And for players like that, they'd have to pay $400 to enter this tournament anyway. Based on their level of play compared to even our local Mid-Atlantic pros that are like $750, and these guys are like $830 and all.
Oh, you're talking about the Fargo rate?
Fargo.
Right.
And because they showed no class at all.
Right.
And that was. If anybody's listening to this one, that goes on azbilliards.com, those are two flat-out crumb bums, and they need either their old lady to support them because they're worthless. The only thing they're good for is running out. That's what they're good at. They're running pool racks.
Well, not to turn this into a Aranis or Coyo debate, but I would give Aranis a bit more of a pass for two reasons.
Influenced.
Yes, and youth. And I know for a fact that he does take the money that he wins here to support his wife and daughter back in the Philippines. So I don't know if Dennis has a wife or kids, but I know that about James. But the influence to me would go a little further in that argument. I'm not saying, yes, everyone's their own person, but, you know, he's not exactly flying solo over here.
No, but...
and having spoken to him on a number of occasions, he's a very respectful young man. He's 25 or 26 years old. I mean, everyone likes him, but I get your point about just slapping the ball around and in some sort of silent protest, but I don't agree with that either. But pro player is as a pro player does. What can we do?
Right. Well, you know, and what I don't like is the fact that that's why these guys don't have that many places to play in the first place, is that very behavior. And Scott, meanwhile, is
waking up.
Well, let's say he was in a Thorazine nap. I got a buddy back around Baltimore, a guy named Bob, a guy I've known 40-some years that loves pool, and he calls these, like, when his Clemson Tigers start off slow in football, he said they were in a Thorazine nap in the first quarter. But he's been happy the last several years with a couple of national championship squads. But now, Scott's back on the break. And
well, this match has certainly swung the other way. And the pendulum came back and hit Kevin smack dab in the face.
I just hope that Scott can continue to do this, because he can't afford to give games away like he did in the beginning of this. It was just ridiculous. Oh, well, here we go. Back to normalcy again.
Kevin's taking a break.
So
primarily to regroup, I would think.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my opinion of him, you know, and because that's all they're good for. Not good for anything else. And great pool players, I'm not going to deny any of that, but maybe they were just too good to be around here. If they have their hand out trying to get some crumbs while they're robbing these regional tours, they should have their own tours where they play for plenty of money and don't have to resort to being imbeciles. But that's my take. That extracted lots of venom from me. I'm feeling better now.
Yes. And now awash in your vitriolic spewing.
It was a vitriolic diatribe.
That's right. A salacious soliloquy.
A salacious soliloquy, a very, very, very strong alliteration from Mr. Branker here. A salacious soliloquy.
And for those of you who don't know, alliteration means you can breathe underwater.
Yeah. Or alliteration is the best part of valor, you know.
Right. This conversations reminds me of that time that guy ran into a cornfield and came out amazed.
Chicka-poo, chicka-boom. Don't you just love it?
Well, getting on the 3 is the rack.
Well, he might have liked a touch more angle so he could come up to about the
Yeah, because the 5 ball's in play too.
first and second diamond.
Oh, he's trying to go on the inside of it.
He could end up parallel with the ball and be in no man's land. Sort of like this.
Well, actually, I think he's okay.
Five ball might go past the 7. That's what she's looking at. Oh, get your tickets.
Okay. Well, looks like we're both woken up a little bit. Kevin resumes the lead, 5-4.
That 9 ball miss was just, it might have ruined the rest of my month. I said might have. I'll shake it off in about 6 days maybe, so I can.
It's very big of you, George.
Well, there aren't many things little on me, including my ego.
Right.
So here we go. It's I could poke fun at myself a little bit because why not? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. The same thing happened the other way now. Break, run out off the scratch. all those balls upstream there.
Yeah, but they're all separated nicely. I don't see any. I hate to keep saying this, but
Any problem?
I don't see any real problems here. Except for analysis paralysis by Scott. I mean, just go 2 rows with inside and roll around the 7 to get to the 2. What's the...
It's like I'm at the old Tim Scruggs place with all that sandpaper and all that grinding going on.
Yeah. He's making way too much out of this shot. I mean, go between the 6-7 with the cue ball to cut the 1 and just to get out of there. Who cares? Yeah.
This,
Ugh.
this is
I've
just.
had more fun at the dentist.
I've been at the dentist 4 times in the last 7 weeks, Curtis. Had root canals. Maybe that's when I'm sweating this. I need a little.
He didn't even have to go inside, and he's okay. So what was all that this analyzing?
I gotta pay some dental bills. That's my real issue. No, but I've been a dentist 4 times. Get my fangs. Meanwhile, it's short. This is. I can't stand to watch. Miss Kiwi, I can't stand to watch. He just, I don't think he knows when he's going to pull the trigger, from what I see.
I'm at a loss. I'll be honest. Of course, Kevin knows that this game puts him on the hill, so he's going to bear down even more. I think it's fitting with the way this set has been going that a miscue would end up costing one of them the set.
Well, a miscue ended up costing Chris Bruner a set today. Just
okay, Kevin is on the hill. Don't rejoice now, George, but there's an end in sight.
all I can do is sing you this song of lament. Regurgio, whoa, whoa, regurgio, no, 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 no. The air sickness bags will come. On the road he will go. I am mortified. Oh well.
wants to roly-poly down table and bounce back out for the 2.
Yeah.
The 5 isn't even that painful because it's far enough away from the 6.
Yeah.
The guy said you're home free like a bird. So the 1 ball is a shot of the rack. It's skidded a little bit, but it's still getting there. He's alright. I think Scott knows the vultures are circling.
I'm starting to hear the phone beginning to ring.
And Kevin's starting to walk around the table with a little bounce in his step like a hungry Komodo dragon in a flat gallop.
I'm almost ready to compose my litany. And that would be not quite yet.
No. Bump the 6, yes sir.
Very nice.
That's the Kevin I know.
It looks like I'm getting ready to start with the condemned man, Abel
I
Hart.
already knew, yes. Perfect angle there, George. Dare I say it? Should I say it?
Is that the AC?
Scott is sailing over there looking like a tortured soul.
Meanwhile, he hit that ball a little chunky,
Yes, he did.
and he's
He's rather league playerish.
Flatty. It's Flatty Berg.
I don't like this. I'll be honest.
It's got a
He has to
five.
do a little too much with this. But he managed it well.
What a lousy run for my money today. I was so hopeful.
Well, I was talking to a couple of them and they said they were going to gang up on you.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh,
They know I'm
you
rich.
underhit that a little bit.
Yeah, well, they know I'm rich. You know, it
You are.
doesn't make any difference.
Your character is worth millions. And away we go.
Scratching.
Kevin takes it 7-4.
All I can say is off with my head.
And mine too. I'm going to go on a walkabout.
Okie dokie.